playing not to lose. Okay? Saturday, we're going to play to win. We're going to play big. I don't mind if you take risks. Swing your action hard. Have faith in yourself.
This semester we have a new coach, Wouter Hendrix. For something like 25, 30 years, David Shook was the head coach of the men's and women's teams at Lehigh. After the fall semester, Coach Shook informed us that he wouldn't be returning for the spring semester. He decided to retire and go fishing on his boat. So Coach Hendrix is now the head coach of both men's and women's tennis.
When I first came here, the programs were under one coach, and then my junior year they got split to two programs, and now they're back together. And everything being under one coach is a lot of work because you are dealing with two different teams. But I mean, you just make it work. You make them come together. You do become one program. Wouter's done a great job. He's extremely organized.
Well, I took over in mid-season, so the tennis season, there's the first part is the fall, which is the out-of-championship season, and the second part is the spring, which is the main season. I took over right in the middle of those two seasons, so as far as scheduling, it was definitely a little challenging. However, the whole experience overall, I would have expected it to be a lot more stressful, but it's actually been really easy.
We loved Coach Shook. We learned a lot from him, but we also really enjoy having Coach Hendrix as our coach now. We feel like we are in terrific shape. He emphasizes fitness so much, and I think we've all seen that translate into success on the court in our matches this year. And he's tough but fair, and he's fun and can joke around when he has to, but also when it comes down to time for business, he can do that as well.
The most important part of their season is Patriot League play, and that's starting Saturday against Navy. And yeah, I mean, everything we've done to this point, all those matches kind of don't matter because our seeding in the Patriot League tournament is going to be based on how we do against the teams from Patriot League. And Navy's, they were in preseason ranking, they were #1 seed, so that's going to be the toughest match. And I think we got Loyola on Sunday, followed on the rest of the teams.
When you schedule, you always want to peak in the Patriot League season. So what I did for the men, for instance, yesterday is I scheduled a tough match with Temple, which was sort of in the middle of the week, so that they have that, you know, that match rhythm going into Saturday with Navy. So you always want to peak at the right time. In the fall, we usually do our strength and conditioning, and we do that a lot. And then in the spring, we tone that down just a little bit and focus more on tennis. So I think we've done a good job in building our schedule around when to peak at the right time.
Wouter and I really work together, and we work together very well. We create all the practice plans every day. We haven't had a repeat practice yet, which is very difficult because we've been practicing since middle of January. During the matches, I help coach, and just anything that the team needs or Wouter needs, I'm there for. For both teams to win a Patriot League championship this year, they just have to believe the talent is there, the work ethic is there, they just have to believe that they can do it. It happened with the men because they never thought that they could beat an academy, and once they did it the first time, they had that belief that they could, and that's how they won their first Patriot League championship. And with the girls, it's kind of the same thing, and I believe that it can happen this year.
We've had a tough schedule for sure. We're looking forward to getting into our Patriot League schedule, which starts this Sunday against Navy. But even with a tough schedule, we're still above 500. We're 6-5, and every team that we've lost to has been a very good team. There's been no chance of losing to. We've beaten all the teams that we were supposed to beat, and all the teams that kind of could have gone either way. Not sure who was going to win week 1, which are the matches that you really want to look at to determine how well a team is doing. We've done really fantastic in our singles play. We've had 3 freshmen step right into the singles lineup.
We want to be competitive, and we want to be the fittest team in the Patriot League, and we always put ourselves in the top 4 and give us a shot at the title. And I don't see that this year being any different from last year. there's a couple things that have to go your way when it's the tournament. It's only one weekend, and everything has to work out in your favor. So there's a lot of variables that come into that. But I think we should shoot for a top 4 seed for sure on both sides, both women and the men. And it's definitely realistic this year.
When we play Patriot League teams, we really kind of got to come out with energy. You know, make sure everyone's pumped up. Last couple of matches, I guess we've been a little relaxed. You know, everyone playing, as soon as someone gets pumped up, it brings the energy out of everyone, and that's huge. 2 years ago when we won, just the energy that we brought to every match was great. That can be improved this year.
I've been able to see the programs grow so much. When I came in as a freshman, the program was nowhere close to where it is now, and it's amazing to see that transformation happen. And also, the men won a Patriot League title 2 years ago, which was the first one ever, which was amazing to be a part of, because we act like one program. We're very supportive of each other, and we always try to be there for one another. The season's been very successful. Both the men and women have had really good wins and some very tough losses, which I think is going to help for the upcoming Patriot League season. The transition from player to GA to assistant coach has been very difficult, but I've enjoyed the ride. And
being part of the men's tennis team is probably my favorite part about Lehigh. It's 11 of us, and we all get along really well. We're with each other for especially my roommates. I live with 2 other guys on the tennis team. We're together 8 hours a day. It's kind of ridiculous, but we have fun. We enjoy hanging out, and practice I love it. You know, just get away from school for a while and focus on that. You know, just chill, relax.
The practices are separate. That really is just to make sure that both teams are getting the attention that they deserve. But notice this year a little bit more we'll go to each other's matches. More the women's team will go see the men's team if we're not playing that day, or the men will stick around for our match if they had a match before us. And notice audibly cheering for each other a little bit more than in the past, as we're all a little bit more comfortable with each other now than we have been in the past.
Spring break, this year we went to Kissimmee, Florida, right next to Orlando, and we traveled with the women's team. And it was great bonding. I mean, we hang out with the girls team a lot. We see them every day. In our little development, there were no young people, so we were kind of forced to hang out with each other. And I mean, we're all buddies, we're all friends, and which is weird because 2 years ago, the guys team and girls team, when I was a freshman, we didn't even look at each other, so it was really awkward. And then that spring break really brought us together, and then ever since then, the guys team and girls team has kind of worked together in almost one program.